I was not in there for D-Day. We were in North Africa, waiting to go into Italy. The Germans were still in Italy, so we had war going on two fronts.
Right.
And we were in Italy, living in tents, and it rained, and the mud was bad, you know. They put me on duty. They had to find me some men's boots to wear. It was so muddy. And it rained in the trays of food. Oh, it was terrible. We were in Tunisia.
Okay.
Tunis.
Okay.
There's port there. And we were in tents because it was temporary. And I just happened to be one of the ones selected to go do work at the hospital in tents. Not everybody was asked to go. I don't know how I got so lucky. But we had, the Germans were still in Naples. We had to wait for the Germans to move up,
Oh,
us to
okay.
go in, because we had to be in a hospital building. You know, we couldn't set up, we set up in a building that had, the only thing Mussolini bought for Naples was that big building, and it was supposed to be a TB sanitarium. So it was like two big H's. And so the Italians still had half, and we had half. And we could go up to the top of our building, and we could see the Bay of Naples. And we watched the ships coming into that harbor, and one day they were gone. That was D-Day. We were a 1,000-bed hospital, and they had about 75 nurses and about 50 doctors. It was a big hospital. And like I said, for D-Day, we had 2,000 patients.
Wow.
Now, we were not in France. They had to ship those guys back to us in Italy. They brought them on helicopters, they brought them on boats, they brought them every way they could. And like I said, I had a room for 100, I think, I don't know, whatever it was. I had twice that much. Had to put the beds so close together we could barely get between because there were so many injured. I was on a floor that was all surgical patients. And so my doctor was in the operating room all the time. I had to take his stitches out and clean up the wounds and change the dressings. I had to do everything. I had to start the IVs. Nurses weren't supposed to do that where I came from. I had to start the blood. I had to do everything and make a list so the doctor knew what I did, and he'd go and put his initials where. But there was no mention of medics and all that about D-Day.